What's Earlverse style? I was just listening to Tommy Two Tone. Tommy Two Tone has a lot of good songs. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. I was just checking in with the Earlverse freaks, trying to piggyback off of Kevin Brennan's stream. Why not? Fuck it. I wait till people are done. Now I'm assuming that nobody else is streaming right now. But if they are, you know what? Too bad. I got to go on at some point. I'm coming in hot. Plus, I'm also trying to ACDC, my number one financial supporter last night. I appreciate that, ACDC. And you don't have to give every stream. I don't make my living doing this, so I can have my fans enjoy a free stream every now and then. Yes, I think I'm going to make a new rule, beloved chatter, that any Dabbleverse related questions, $5 and up. So I think that will discourage people from, taking over the Earlverse with Dabbleverse related questions or whatever. Spurge Snake, what up? What up? What up? Because obviously I'm Dabbleverse adjacent. I'm watching the Kings. Well, I got my car. I just had my battery recharged, so I have to have my car run for an hour. So I thought, you know what? This will be the Earl's battery stream. Cold C, yo, yo, yo. Hit the like button if it's not too inconvenient. And enjoy a mostly Dabbleverse free talk. I'm instituting a new rule. Thank you, whoever did that. Any Dabbleverse questions, $5 and up. You can listen to this stream completely free of charge. You don't have to tip me or whatever. But if you want to talk about Chad or that Kate Broad, who I find horribly unfunny. I mean, she's hot for the Dabbleverse, I guess. But $5. You want to talk hockey, movies, it's a freebie. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can tip if you want to. People think I'm Russell Peters or something. Daddy likes money too. But I don't live off of super stickers or super chats. That's Lois coughing right now. Sorry about that. So I'm just glad. I think my car problems are solved. It's amazing how naked you are in Los Angeles when you don't have a car. Like, it sucks. Well, I mean, I just think for me, the Dabbleverse is it's just so repetitive. Do you have a Les Baru? I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. Cold C. I don't think I have one, whatever it is. But it's just repetitive, like, the Stuttering John stuff. It's just like Carl and Shuli have lesbian Subaru. I still don't know what that means, but no, I don't have that. It's just old. It's like, this is a guy who, and I don't mind Stuttering John. Like, I have no beef with him or whatever, but It's just, I just, he's a guy who's like really claimed to fame was, 25 years ago or 23 years ago. And that claim to fame, and this isn't a knock on him, it's just like, he was on the show because he stuttered. It wasn't like he was on the show because he was some amazing writer or whatever. And this really, I've done one show with him. Very nice guy. And I did like that one song he did with Gene Simmons in the video, um, "Talk My Way Out of It." We did a Robert Schimmel, tribute show at the Comedy Store. He's a nice guy. Oh, Stuttering John started his show. I mean, that's cool. I didn't start right now to take away people from his show, but, when you break down all these streams that are going on, you've got uh, I'm talking Los Angeles, my time. You've got, Shuli at 6 a.m. my time. But, Melton now comes on at 8 a.m. my time. And then Chad comes on around 10 or 11, does an hour or two. Then you've got Kevin from 1 to 4, 4:30, and then Pat Dixon at 8. And, it's just like the only time for me to go on is at like 11 p.m. my time, which most of the East Coast fans, which are a lot of my fans, not that I have tons of fans, but the few I do, they're East Coast. They're not going to be listening to a stream at 2 in the morning. So I'm trying to just avoid, like, I don't know John, so I don't feel any sense of loyalty towards, okay, well, I won't stream while he's on. Because Ray starts about 7 p.m. my time. So, I don't think Stuttering John's going to miss the 11 people I have in my chat. I am not on Pat Dixon tonight. We talked about doing this week, but that's a 2.5, 3 hour commitment. And I didn't have that last night or tonight. CB Project, what up? What up? But I love Pat. I get along with him. He keeps it real. And I really don't know much about Pat. I don't know much about anyone other than Chad, and even that I don't really like. People make me and Chad out to be like Thelma and Louise, but you know, I haven't been in a room with Chad since before the pandemic. Now we've done a couple podcasts, probably 15 or so since 2018. We did our Bad Guys podcast, which I loved. I had a lot of fun doing that with Chad. And then, I've done a couple sit down Zoomox and Mondays with Mazer. Yeah, I mean, at this point, ACDC, I'm gonna just stream. I will avoid Kevin's stream because Kevin's been good to me. I will do my best to avoid Pat's stream because I told Pat, hey, let me know when you go on so I don't step on your toes. And obviously I'm not streaming at 6 in the morning or 8 with Shuli and Melton. So I'm gonna Sunday nights is my uh, what would I call it? My flagship stream. At 7 p.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time, Los Angeles time. And then, I think I usually do a stream Wednesdays after AEW Dynamite. And no, that's what I'm saying, Northwest Ken. I don't think anyone's going to mind that I'm taking 17 viewers away from whoever. But Northwest Ken, I am a very respectful person in terms of, if I'm friends with the people who are streaming, even though I don't think they're going to care if I'm taking 18 people away from them. I still am a man of honor, if you will. Let me turn the slide off. Sorry. And I am working on getting a new iMac, so my camera's a little bit better than it is now. I realize it's a little grainy, but right now, no, but I'm, Northwest Ken. I um, I see what you're saying, and like right now I have 20 people on. I'm sure Stuttering. I don't even think Stuttering John knows who I am, to be honest with you. Like like I said, we only did one show together. He was the only. Well, I'm having well, I kind of like the way this stream looks. It's low tech. And the ring light for me will be very distracting because, like, as you can see, these glasses are a heavy prescription, so the reflection is like, like here I am holding up a energy drink can, and you can see it in my glasses. So I'm working on uh, a better presentation for you guys. Uh, Jay Santos, hello, Jay Santos. Thank you for the super chats last night. That Chicano dude, thoughts on the Kings season so far? I mean, it's been up and down, that's for sure. I mean, 3 weeks ago, they were literally the best team in the league, undefeated on the road. And then they lost, I think, 8 in a row, but four of them were in overtime. So they got 4 points. So it's not a true 8 losses in a row. I mean, I guess it is, but you still got some points out of it. And then, I mean, they're a four-line team when they're cooking. Like last night, PL Dubois, he was on it last night, big time. So when he's on it, he's who was it? The goal, Laferriere's goal last night. It was all done by this amazing touch pass by Dubois to Mikey Anderson, who found Laferriere, and then he had a really nice goal. So I know Spurg. What can I do, baby cakes? Yes, Rockstar Energy drink ACDC. And their defense is pretty good. I mean, Brant Clark, who's the best defenseman in the AHL and was the last couple of years the best defenseman in the OHL, he can't crack the lineup. There's no room for him because Spence is pretty good. So, um, Earl OJ guilty, or did his son help? I mean, he's definitely guilty. I mean, when your blood is everywhere, but in your own body that night, you're guilty. He probably had help. I don't. I mean, here's the thing. The OJ murder was a vicious, vicious murder, which is why I've always believed OJ did it. I don't know what's going on out there. So this was not just a random murder. Um, I mean, because I had a friend of mine I used to play ball hockey with. Hello, Jordan and Kay. Check out Jordan's travel vlog on YouTube. It's the #1 travel vlog out there. Started off with 2,000 followers, much like me, and now he's got like 300,000. So, um, and Kay's the most beautiful woman in the Dabbleverse. Um, I had a friend of mine I played hockey with was an Orange County sheriff, and he said he saw the pictures, and I mean the pictures we haven't seen. And this is a big guy, 6'5", 250, a sheriff you would not want to mouth off to. Um, and even when we were talking about them, he turned pale. Like he said, basically Nicole's head was like 90% off. And then Ron was pretty close to that. So, um, you know, what I've always thought happened was OJ was stalking her. He goes over there. He sees all the candles around the house, which meant some guy's coming over to fuck. Now, whether it was Ron Goldman or someone else, Ron Goldman just the ultimate unlucky um, scenario strolls up. Nicole opens up the door in negligee or whatever she was wearing. OJ just flips, kills her, turns around. I'm sure Ron Goldman was trying to help Nicole, kills him. Um, so, oh yeah, I mean, when you look, I mean, I can't say I've ever. I mean, I remember one time, probably the craziest thing I did, and that scenario was I knew an ex was cheating on me. I knew the guy she was cheating on me with was with her at the moment. So I walked into this nightclub and I smashed the wall behind his head and I broke my hand. I didn't realize it at the time because I was so fucking jacked up on adrenaline and nerves because I literally had no backup. This was all their friends in one place. And I got home and my hand had ballooned up to like a fucking probably a softball, but it was worth every broken bone in my hand just to scare the shit out of that guy. James O'Sullivan, 199. Why you got your shirt on? James, did we have a previous deal? Because you want daddy to take off two shirts. I'm gonna need more than $1.99. That's not me trying to rip off my fans, but if a guy is requesting my shirt off, it's gonna have you're gonna have to ante up the funds there. Crimes of passion are crazy. Yeah, 100%. I know the real killers I hear are on the ninth hole at Pebble Beach. Uh, when you finishing the job, guy at bar. James O'Sullivan, $1.99. Thank you very much, James, for the two super chats. When you finish, no, I'm good about mentally fucking with people. So I know this guy walks around the streets of LA every day of his life going, I hope I never run into Earl. So I'm good enough with that. His wife was pushing all his buttons and he lost his shit. I mean, I do believe. Uh, did you play with OJ and Brentwood? I played with OJ and Bel Air, baby doll. I love how people say OJ not guilty because of his arthritis. Yeah, I mean, ACDC, a jealous, coked out NFL player, could definitely do what he did. Well, here's the thing. Um, I never got a big deal over it. The glove didn't fit. You must have quit. Uh, to me, like you could still kill someone with a tight glove on. It's not like you can wear like this shirt is probably my Adidas shirt. Um, it's a little tight on me over the years. I probably washed it and warmed too much, and you know I could still kill someone in it. Stagwar, out of control. Did you double date with Wilt Chamberlain? I did not. I did not. Um, I don't. I'm like Schwarzenegger's unit in Predator. I work alone. Johnny Cochran said they had OJ not take his arthritis meds. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Well, I got my revenge on Johnny Cochran. One night, I'm taking the red eye to Florida to visit my parents, and no, I think my mom had died. So I was on my way. My mom died. Honestly, me and my mom were so in sync that I was on my way to Florida because I knew my mom had less than 24 hours to live. So I'm not in the best mood hopping on the plane. So I've bought a first class ticket just because I always believe if the plane goes down, the people in first class survive because they paid more. And um, Johnny Cochran and Carl Douglas were trying to sit next to each other, and I was sitting next to Carl Douglas, and Johnny Cochran was in coach, and they asked me to move. I'm like, no, I don't think so. So Carl Douglas had to get up and sit in coach, and I got two first class seats to myself, and they were like really pressuring me. I'm like, listen, I'm going. My mom's about to fucking die. I don't care if you guys sit together in first class. And daddy don't fly coach, bitch. See if that fits. Um, James O'Sullivan, you're coming in hot, James. Maybe I will take my shirt off for a guy. Total Recall versus RoboCop. Verhoeven face off. Which? RoboCop all day, every day. Daddy man, what about what's this about a new commercial? Oh, I was just kidding around, Stagwar. I didn't get a new commercial. Bob Biggerstaff sent me that meme, and it does look like me. So I know. Well, my glasses, I sat on my glasses, so I can't fix them because I got to fly first class one day. Pew! Um, I know. I do look like Roderick Strong in those. I mean, don't I look a little bit like Roderick Strong? Adam, a dollar. James O'Sullivan, $1.99. I'd buy that for $1. Here's another line, just to James, because you're tipping me so well right now. Um, here's a extra scene from what's going on here? RoboCop for you, and someone in the stream chat yell action. This is for James O'Sullivan. I'm not talking till I see action in stream. Guns, guns, guns. Come on, Sal. The Tigers are playing Detroit tonight. Never miss a game. To Kurtwood Smith. Yeah, Stagwell, you're not that fat. Raw Deal, great underrated Schwarzenegger movie. Now, I believe he had to do Raw Deal because something he had to get out of some movie so he could do Total Recall, and I think Dino De Laurentiis said, "You do Raw Deal for me, it'll be real quick, bam, bam, bam. You do Total Recall instead of whatever he had to." Thank you, you guys are all coming in too late with the actions. I mean, you never last on a fucking. Oh, let me like all your super chats. I don't know what this does, if anything, James O'Sullivan, but I very much appreciate James O'Sullivan, $1.99. I'm like two chats away from shirt and pants. I mean, you're getting there, but that'd be about $12. I mean, like I think I said to if a guy wants me to take my shirt off, it's at least you don't have to do this, but it's at least $100. Now, if KB says take your shirt off, it's off for free. Um, and I never miss a game. Um, but Clarence Boddicker is the best. Now let me hear one more. I'll do one more line from RoboCop for James O'Sullivan because he's been doing good. So I'm going to need one person, whoever's first. Action. One person. Bitches leave. What he call us? There we go. $12 seems steep. Well, if it's a dude, it's got to be at least 100. Now, James Sullivan, don't. This is what a businessman I am. James Sullivan, you're out of control. Thank you. $1.99. Action. All right, James, this is just for you. Like, you know, because I actually give a shit about my fans. I just don't look at you as, I'm going to not talk unless you give me money. I really do look like Roderick Strong. Look at those traps. Now, if you want me to get up and show you the body, someone's got to kick in some fundage for that. Listen, Jay Santos, if you want boxer briefs, you want me to show that, you got to kick in some fundage. Now, I don't need the money, but it's about respect. I mean, this is all you get. And James O'Sullivan, this is how good I am. James, you don't have to donate anymore. And this isn't like some reverse psychology. It's just like, you know, 55 years old, that's pretty good. Now, I haven't lifted weights in 3 weeks because I have a shoulder impingement here. I'm still pretty jacked. Look at that. Hey, I don't care if James O'Sullivan is Tommy Morris. If he wants to donate a couple hooves every stream, I'm all right with that. I might do an OnlyFans. I'm going to do a one-shot OnlyFans, just my dick pic, and that's it. James O'Sullivan, $1.99. I respect you. I honor you. I cherish you. Jim Stansel as Earl. core body, but he's 5'3". This is just for James O'Sullivan. Hold on. Yes. Come on in. Seema, I'm in the middle of a stream, but come on in. No, no, it's all right. I have to keep it running for the next hour. Other than that, thank you, though. See, my neighbors care about me. All right. Look at that. 55 years old. And I just ate, so I'm a little bloated. A little bloated. Lewis, I don't know who Lewis is, but Lois is good. So you don't get that on other streams. I'm giving to my fans. James O'Sullivan. Let me thank you again, James O'Sullivan. Hold on. Let's see. That I show the goods. I mean, for 55, beloved chatter, for 55. Give you a side shot too. Thank you, Dottie. 3 reps. I've got the Paul Stanley chest hair. I got to check my car. 4:53 in about 15 minutes. I have to turn my car off. Now, if you like, I can end the stream then, or I can um, turn my car off and you guys could talk amongst yourselves for 2 minutes. Um, I mean, this looks like a Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix scene. ACDC out of control. It's all right, Kay. Lois is looking good. Now I've been getting asked if I'm going to whatever they're doing in Atlantic City. I am not. I might go to Onion Con just because that's Las Vegas. I can do that. Let's check the car with you. Well, I can't take my iMac down there. Basically, the last 2 days I've been not homeless, but I've been carless, and I will go to Las Vegas. So it's crazy how in this city you are naked without a car. Um, well, I got to in terms of it's not that I wouldn't do Skankfest, but I just want to do stand up. And those guys want me to judge naked roast battle, and I'm done with roast battle. So I don't want any association with it. So, and I know that some of the people roasting would be people I don't like. And my new thing, Chris, is I only do shit that makes me happy. And um, the streams makes me happy. I'm on my James O'Sullivan favorite wrestling pay-per-views post 2002. I mean, I don't have one in particular. I do like the majority of AEW's pay-per-views. The James O'Sullivan $1.99 favorite wrestling pay-per-views post 2002. I mean, I think I went to the WrestleMania where Hulk Hogan saved Eugene. That was pretty fun. But I got to be backstage. I am driving a Dodge 2021 Rubicon, fully loaded. You know how Daddy rolls. Dottie 3 reps. I will not be on Pat Dixon tonight. Um, but I would do comedy at Skankfest. First time stand up open mic would be hilarious. Uh, I'm not sure what that's referencing, beloved chatter. Uh, Here's Kenny Lyon to take you around on his skateboard. I don't know about that. Earl, favorite Playboy, Gary Hart managed wrestler. Oh, I mean, Abdullah the Butcher. And maybe the Great Muda when he was in, I believe, World Class Championship Wrestling. And Killer Brooks. My favorite promo of all time is when Gary Hart's cutting a promo on like a a dirt road, and just this black guy comes up, and you could tell it wasn't planned. It was like legit because Gary Hart was very famous in those parts, so I'm sure he got stopped everywhere. And the black guy's like, yo, Gary Hart," and Gary Hart's like, "I'll talk to you later, man. I'm doing some business right now." Gary Hart, great. Well, I think they have better wrestling, Italian Stallion. I'm in Chicago. We get lucky with wrestling promotions coming through. Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely James O'Sullivan. Chicago is a great wrestling city. Maybe the best American city for wrestling. AW, but yeah, I agree with that. Well, they had the better wrestling roster in terms of actual wrestling. About how bad people are at stand up. Let's see them do it. Oh, 100%. All of us chatters talk trash about bad stand up. I mean, there is a lot of bad stand up, beloved chatter. I will absolutely agree on that. But it would be that's why I don't really take trolls very seriously when they sit there and shit on my stand up. Um, like I had that happen the other day. Someone asked me about Joe Coy's performance on the Golden Globes, and I said, I actually complimented him. I said, "Listen, the goal that was the worst audience you could have for a guy who got the gig 10 days later or 10 days before that." So I said, "Joe Coy's very funny. Obviously, he plays theaters. No one plays theaters and isn't funny." And I said, "His crowd is literally 80% Filipino and Asians. That crowd at the Golden Globes was probably 90% older, affluent white people, industry people. So a horrible crowd. Uh, so I stood up for him. I said he's funny. I said how wrong it was that he took the gig on 10 days' notice. That's unfair to him. And this lady sits there and goes, "Well, I just looked on your Instagram for an hour. You fucking suck." And it's like, you might think I suck. Doesn't change the fact that Joe Coy bombed. But I'm sticking up for him because I guarantee you, a favorite AEW tag team. I like the Guns, Big Bill and Ricky Starks because I'm friends with Big Bill, um, and I guarantee you, Joe Coy's manager or handler said, "Take the gig, man. It's whatever amount of money." And he probably didn't even tell Joe Coy. I would guess, knowing managers and agents like I do, um, that four other people had passed. Like if I'm not up for the Golden Globes hosting job, but if I don't have a manager either, but let's just say I had a manager and they call me up and go, "Hey, Earl, they want you to host the Golden Globes." My first choice is, or my first question to my manager would be, "I know I'm not the first choice. How many people have passed?" And Joe Coy's manager or handler should have said, "Hey, man, four people have passed. You're not really a host. This is the complete opposite of your fan base in terms of the crowd. Don't do it." Um, they should have just paid Ricky Gervais because he don't give a fuck. And I didn't like how Joe Coy kind of threw his writers under the table. I mean, because writing for those things, I wrote for Dr. Ken on the Baldwin roast. It's a lot of fucking work, man. I mean, I probably spent 25 hours on that for one, for Dr. Ken's 5 minutes of roasting. So I can imagine writing for Joe Coy for a 3-hour show, like probably 100. Each writer probably literally worked 100 hours in those 10 days, and he probably didn't even assemble a writing staff till about 7 days. So I went down on Eddie Guerrero. Oh, I thought you said you went down on Eddie Guerrero. I'm like, huh? This chat just changed. Well, Billy Crystal's like, but that's his crowd, though, older, white, successful people. So, but when you're a comic whose fan base is literally 80% Asian and Filipino, and there's probably, I would say the Asian demographic for that crowd is under 5%. And even they're pretty successful. Like I'll guess Dr. Ken was there. I'll guess the guy from what was it, 16 Candles, Long Duck Dong. He's probably there. Um, yeah, I mean, like Eddie Guerrero's, I cry every time I talk to I'll do this for you guys since you brought up Eddie Guerrero. Um, Vicky sent me this. So I love me some Vicky Guerrero. Um, yeah, he was the best. James O'Sullivan, $1.99. Tracy Smothers, best ever. Oh, I don't know about that. Best trainer ever. ACDC Leslie Jones is brutal to look at and watch. I'm on a gag order on that ACDC. Jokes are hard. Well, I mean, jokes are hard. Like I've certainly never done anything um, on the level of the Golden Globes, but like when I've tried to audition for Montreal just for last festival, uh, I just watched Maria, my friend, audition for the Netflix as a joke festival. The crowd sucked. It's all industry. They're not laughing. They're all looking at you like, "Make me laugh, bitch." And like when I auditioned for Craig Kilborn, Premium Blend, it's just agents and managers going, "Okay, why isn't my client up here instead of this fucking guy or girl?" So, I mean, Bill D'Elia, hello. Um, yeah, I mean, Tracy Smothers is good. I mean, I didn't really find him that appealing as a wrestler, but he's a great wrestler. I just, his personality, he was a little stiff on the mic. Um, Stick with what works. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I like my streams. This is fun for me. It's 5:03, so in 8 minutes, I got to go downstairs. I'll leave the stream going, and you guys, I don't know, could look at Sting's mask for a minute. Um, and I'll be right back up. I mean, I've always liked wrestlers who are good on the mic. Rick Rude and I don't know, Mr. Perfect, and Gary Hart as a manager, and I don't really care if someone's like a great technical wrestler. Like, my favorite wrestlers are probably Sting and the Ultimate Warrior. Sting's okay at technical wrestling, but the Ultimate Warrior was maybe the worst technical wrestler of all time. But yet we still talk about him. I mean, how many people talk about Lance Storm, who's probably along with Benoit? Ooh, at least we know his finishing move worked. Hello. All I gotta say is, where was the kid's tag team partner? Um, so, uh, Hulk Hogan was not the greatest technical wrestler. I mean, Dusty was a pretty good wrestler. I mean, he's a little one note, to be honest with you. Now, I got to put my shirt back on to go downstairs. So, I hope you guys screenshotted, some pics of my Adonis-like body. Um, you need to. I would be a great. Uh, Hold on, James O'Sullivan. And it is a little cold. It's not like Chicago cold, uh, but I'll leave it open for a little bit. Let me see, where was I? Well, I mean, Italian Stallion sings like, he does the same moves, the Scorpion Death Drop, the Scorpion Death Lock, the jump in the corner, woo, and some wacky stunt. I do enjoy AEW Sting. I don't know who Adrian is, Chris Mack. Better three-piece band, Rush or Triumph? I mean, both great. I think Rush gets the nod. I mean, how many Triumph songs can anyone, name? I mean, at least everyone can name Tom Sawyer. You need to horn in on the faction as on this faction as another mouth. I would love to be a wrestling manager. I'd be good, man. James O'Sullivan, 4.99. Let me heart that. Thank you. Can you talk about the agent you always post pictures of? What's the deal there? I need to know more about this guy. What agent do I always post pictures of? What up, Mayor? Rush and ACDC, Dusty for Mike. Now, yeah, Dusty was great on the mic for sure. I mean, he's inspired a lot of people. James O'Sullivan, LOL, shit, man, that's a rough Benoit joke. Tell me about it. I think I did that joke at the Piper roast. or no, at the Piper Memorial, and all I heard was DDP going, "Oh my god, it's 7 degrees here. Stay warm, Dottie Spurg and that Chicano dude." Earl Club Gold. Well, they don't really need a. You need to pair me with someone who needs a mouth. Like Wardlow is not the greatest on the mic. I'd kill him as his manager. Oh, would I kill it? I mean, just his brooding when he just appeared so badass. Who are you talking about, Italian Stallion? Sorry. Teddy Long was good too. He was all right. A little yo 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 for me. Single digit weather. No, it's not. Dante would be a horrible manager. I miss good factions. That's why I'm hoping for the devil and his henchmen, but I don't know if the kingdom are over enough for people to care. I got ZZ Top as great three-piece band. And funny enough, Frank Beard, the only guy without a beard, is the only one with beard in his name. Oh, Dusty's Hard Times promo is right up there with the Ultimate Warrior's pre 9/11 promo. Tear down the cockpit doors, Hogan. Remove the pilots who have sacrificed already, Hogan. And depart to parts unknown. Christian does a really funny impression. I'm still gushing about Sting. Oh, okay. All good. James O'Sullivan, last one. He wanted help getting connections to guest suites. Oh, Dante, the manager. Yeah. I mean, what a fucking toolbox that guy is. Let me see. I have to go down. I'm a anal 5:08. In 3 minutes, I got to go downstairs. I just have to turn my car off. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Earl started my workout today with Judas Priest, Devil's Child. Solid choice. Judas Priest has some great up-tempo songs. Living After Midnight. Um, Fat Pig the Conqueror. Parental Guidance too. Yo, Earl, what's your favorite 70s, 80s cannibal flick? Uh, I don't really have one. I don't. What do you mean cannibal flick? I mean, I guess Alive, the movie about the soccer team that had to eat each other. That's the only cannibal movie I know of. Or at least the coal regions don't have a big homeless problem. I mean, last night I was walking Lois. It was probably 35 degrees out when because I walk Lois on these really bizarre midnight 4 a.m. walks, and uh, wow, I'm telling you, man, it was freezing. I tried to get I had 2 hoodies on. I tried to give one of my hoodies to this guy who was, like, walking around in, like, pants that were all shredded, and he had, like, a tank top on. I'm like, "Hey, man, you want my hoodie? I've got more than enough." He's like, "Fuck you." I'm like, "Okay, enjoy the cold." Actually started roasting a homeless guy. My favorite time I ever gave someone a, hoodie or a sweater because it was freezing. I'm walking Lois one night, and it's pretty cold for Los Angeles. I mean, very cold, like in the low 30s that night. And there was this homeless guy shivering, sleeping or trying to sleep. So I had on my roast battle shirt. Comedy Central gave us a roast battle hoodie with our name on it, some shorts, and I don't know, some other bullshit. I threw them all away. But I gave this hoodie that had my name on it here and Jeff Ross's name on the back. And I ran home because I was shirtless and it was so cold that night. And the next night I'm walking Lois, I see the same guy taking a shit in the bushes and he's wiping his ass right where Jeff Ross's name is on the hoodie. I'm like, you know what? Karma does come back. That made my fucking year. Okay. I guess Silence of the Lambs is yeah, Silence of the Lambs. That's like the Star Wars of cannibal movies. All right. It's 5:11, guys. So here's the deal. I'm going to come back. The stream will be, you can talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back in about 2 minutes. I'll show you a little bit, but you got to pay for the rest. Let's see, what I miss here, what I miss here. Was Red Dragon the one where he eats Ray Liotta's? Yes, that was the last Silence of the Lambs. Manhunter, great movie. I think it was Hannibal. Yes, Hannibal was the one. What's in the box? Just an empty box. A friend sent me a T-shirt and yes, absolutely DoorDash delivery. Postmates in Los Angeles. Um, stuff is cool. I like doing stuff. Earl seems like a good dude. I mean, I'm trying, bro. I'm in the wrong business to be a fucking good dude. I'm not gonna lie to you there. My favorite comedy is not Carrot Top, but I don't hate on the guy. Listen, the guy fucking found a way to make a lot of money in this business, and trust me, as a comic of I don't know 25 years, I'll say, but almost half my life, which is frightening. This is an insane business. Ask Jordan, how tough it is to make money in fucking comedy or streaming or whatever. Um, it ain't fucking easy, man. He doesn't really like Predator or Rat. Out of control. Your lines. That's Stagwar. You should super chat me just for saying those lies. There will be no lies or slander in this stream. I've never seen Carrot Top, but I did see Gallagher 3 times live. That's got to count for something, right? James O'Sullivan. I saw Gallagher at the Wiltern Theater, 1984. I mean, it wasn't for me, but he was so big at the time. I gave him a shot. Earl, you like Andy Sedaris movies? Which ones are you talking? I know the name, but are those TNA movies from like the mid to late '80s? Since you missed it, you could be a good mouthpiece for Orange Cassidy. Oh, sorry, Kip, I missed that. Yeah, he could use a manager. I mean, his shtick is not being good on the mic, so I don't know if a good person on the mic would work for him. Brittany, what up? What up? My brother. Abdullah the Butcher, the madman from the Sudan. And then Abdullah the Butcher's like chomping on the mic behind him. Never saw Gallagher 2, just original Gallagher. Also got a shit ton of emails from Gallagher over a few months after sending his agent a horror movie treatment. When Gallagher killed folks with, I'm assuming, a sledgehammer or a watermelon. Yeah, like Hard Ticket to Hawaii. I mean, I think the one I want to say he made, I might be off, but it's a guilty pleasure movie of mine. With Darby Hinton and all these chicks with huge tits and Nick the Dick from Bachelor Party, the great Brett Clark, Malibu Express. And I have a soft spot in my heart for that because at least the exterior shots of the mansion in the movie were my neighbors in Bel Air. I only with Curly, a Syrian 24, only with Curly. I mean, Old School was good, but it was an Animal House. Um, yeah, I mean, is that you asking me that, Spurg, or someone else? No, I would not make a movie with Rabbi Fuzzy. I'd rather not make it. Okay, yeah, I mean, I do like that one. I just remember, and I'm friends with Darby Allen, Darby Hinton on Facebook. He was the lead actor in that. He kind of had like a blonde-haired Tom Selleck vibe going, and I just remember all these chicks with huge tits. Um, like the girl in the race car outfit. Um, yeah, go Brett Baxter Clark. I met him at Lois's mom's bar one night, uh, and he used to be the door guy at Nikki Blair's, which was an old school restaurant on Sunset. Is that the footlong? And then some. And we've actually talked over the years. He's a very nice guy. Total pussy hound back in the day. Like anytime I was at a nightclub, he'd be there with the hottest girls. A beloved chatter, $2. First movie I ever made white to was Malibu Express. You ain't alone, brother. The amount of times I beat off to the girls and Malibu Express. I mean, every what was it? Sybil Danning was in that. She had giant tits. The girl in the race car outfit, Busty Knockers, or that was her stage name, Busty Dusty. I don't know. Oh no, he's just. I think he's retired, Jordan. I think that he's like semi-retired and lives in I think Frisco or somewhere in Northern California with his partner. He said he would do it, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, it's such a great cast, Kip. When you look at the cast, it's way more than John Belushi. It's Bruce McGill as D-Day, John Vernon as the principal, Kevin Bacon, even though his part was kind of small, Tim Matheson, um, the guy who directed Real Rob, no, Rob on CBS. What was it? The blonde guy, James Matson or something. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think all beloved chatter, it was just like, I'll never forget. Oh, sorry, Stagwar $2, RIP Jim Hopper's unit. Yeah, send flowers to Fort Bragg and care of Jim Hopper. Um, I mean, it's just such. I mean, that was a mid '80s movie, and then you had Brett Clark calling the guy a piazza, the steward in the limo. I mean, I've seen that movie so many times. I could quote. Uh, I mean, so many. Um, it's just like a late night Showtime, it basically counted as late night porn, but not porn on, Cinemax and whatnot. Um, Belushi stole Animal House. Yeah, I mean, oh, Belushi was great. Remember Sybil Danning had her own. Yeah, I mean, Sybil Danning was also in, I think, Reform School Girls from Hell. And I believe that's where I first heard the song It's My Life by Wendy O. Williams with Gene Simmons on bass, Vinnie Vincent on guitar, and I think Eric Carr on drums. So it's basically a Lost Kiss song. Um, this is like a DV. Yes. Well, Kip, what I tell people about, I've had to institute a new rule. Any Dabbleverse questions are $5 and up. And that's not me trying to rip off people who I'm not interested in the Dabbleverse. It's just not. If you notice, I don't go on anyone's streams anymore, just because everyone stream snipes and then they fucking make fun of me, and I'm not gonna fight back because I only fight back in person. I don't mean fist fight. I mean like you want to call me unfunny or fat or whatever, shit to my face. I'm not gonna touch you, but I'm gonna say shit back to your face. Um, you think you're a big deal? Let's see if anyone can get this. James O'Sullivan, $1.99. Beloved chatter, thank you. Thank you, Stagwar, and thank you very much, James O'Sullivan. Yes, basically Skinamax. Um, and I'm not that's not me trying to gouge Dabbleverse fans, but I got nothing to add to that world, even though I could. So that's why I've instituted from now on any Dabbleverse questions, it's $5 and up. Um, so I think that will limit the amount of Dabbleverse questions because I really do want to keep this a Dabbleverse free, or at the minimum, uh, virtually free stream because it's just so fucking negative, man. And that's fine. I get it. Believe me, I have 23 people in chat right now. I very much understand if I started talking shit about Kevin or Chad or Carl or Steel Toe, I'd probably have over 100 people and probably people super chatting up the ass. But I don't need the money. But that doesn't mean I don't like getting super chats. It's just I don't, you know, I'm not gonna like gouge my fans. Yeah, if you notice on this stream, even though I'm monetized now, I'm reading the majority, if not all, of the free questions. Chevy Chase was also supposed to be an American Gigolo. He was offered the part. James O'Sullivan, $1.99. Shirt looks really itchy, uncomfortable. It's actually not. It's a Adidas. It's like a spandex type material. And what you can, if it's really cold, you can turn it up. If not, I like it because My head is so big that if it was like this, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but the fact that I can go like this, put it on, bingo. Um, Tracy Carnazzo, listen, I would not be getting super chats right now if it were not for Tracy Carnazzo and her back-breaking hard work. Um, okay. Well, now that I don't have to go, Tracy, this is just for you. Now I just ate, so I'm a little bloated. Um, Daddy, me and Tracy would be boyfriend girlfriend if we lived in the same city, but we do not. By the way, I was creeping on Tracy's TikTok last night. She's got some really funny jokes about cheating and cell phone. Some of those jokes are a little too close to home for me. I've been on both ends of that text. So check out Tracy. Plug your shit in here. Where can people find you everywhere? Just at Tracy Carnazzo. And I'm so dyslexic and love Tracy so much. The first 2 years I knew her, I called her Tracy Carmazzo. I'm a real schlub. You were wearing a very jeans and sneakers, and your hair looked amazing. Looked like a gig with Hannah, maybe a very big stage. So I'm assuming it was a theater gig. Um, Earl, how about a timeshare dating thing with Tracy? I'm East Coast. I mean, anything's possible. I like Tracy because she keeps it real. There's no bullshit with her. Plus, we know a lot of the same people, and we could talk shit about them. Um, so go see Tracy on the East Coast. If you're on East Coast, see her with Hannah Berner, who I know from Summer House. I actually messaged her once and said, "Will you do my podcast when you're in LA?" She got back to me right away. So I've always been a fan from of Hannah's, just because she was nice to me when usually in well, people probably don't do this with Tracy, but when I reach out to someone to say, "Hey, will you do my podcast?" It's basically like, "Fuck off." Um, yeah, I mean, I love when nice people are successful. Um, we'll do the stream for about maybe another 15 minutes. Kings have a big game in Dallas tonight after a big win last night in the Carolinas. Earl goes to Ralph's dressed just like he is now. I have. I've walked Lois in my underwear straight up when she's had to go, and I know I don't even have the time to put pants on. I'll walk her in my underwear, sneakers, no socks. And in West Hollywood, no one even bats an eye. Like there's people fucking in the bushes. Um, wait, I don't think, let me read, I did not listen to it. See, that's how me and Tracy are. Most people would say, "Oh, yeah, I listened to it, it was great." I did not listen to Nerf Herder yet. I've been on a real Tommy Two-Tone click lately. That guy is so much more than 8675309. Check out, I'll put it in chat. Uh, Tommy, Why Baby Why is a song that slaps. I put it in my Instagram story along with the anthem of LA comedy, the Kiss song, Christine 16. Hello. James O'Sullivan, $1.99. Gotta go. Thank you, Earl. Good night, Earlverse. Thank you, James O'Sullivan, for, I don't know, 10 super chats today. Not necessary, but I very much appreciate it. Like I said, all my super chat money. Everyone say goodbye to James. He didn't have to tip as much as he did today. Um, But thank you very much. I'm gonna use all super chat money to put back into the show. A new iMac, which aren't it's not that much, about 1,700. I mean, that's not cheap, but um, Tracy's helping me with my microphones. I need to find out the right cord for this. Yeah, but it's about respect. I know times are tight in this world, so any super chat or sticker, I let me see here. I mean, it's a very small mic port, like very small. Well, no, my voiceover mic. I guess I can show you this. Is hold on, where is it? Oh, this right here. You can't see it, but it's a Neumann T103, and that mic is about whoa, sorry about that. I showed you a little too much there. That mic is about a $1,300 mic. Now, I don't say that to impress you guys at all in terms of the price. I got that at Guitar Center. Now, I originally picked up this skinny mic made by Neumann because I know Neumann's the best. I mean, that's what they have in voiceover studios. Um, and the guy's like, "That's $7,000." I'm like, do you have anything a little lower? Lower? Hello. And this is their second best mic. But here's what I'm learning is that um, uh, the Neumann 103 mic, because I have hardwood floors, is absolute is actually what am I shack doing a table read? Um, it's not the best mic because this Neumann mic is so fucking high end that literally, if I here's a straw I had from my Postmates. If I dropped it right now, it's not the biggest sound. On the Neumann mic, it sounds like I dropped a bowling ball. No kids allowed in chat, beloved chatter. No kids. What am I, an LA comic? Um, yeah, no, a Gene Rayburn mic. That's even better, Cold C. I mean, well, this mic is, I think, adequate enough for the stream, but it doesn't lift up. I guess it doesn't. If I left it like right here, yeah, I guess that's about right. I would think though, I mean, if I could get it here, but I can't unless I'm not seeing how to. Um, well, I don't have the cord. I need to find out the cord. I got to bring that into Best Buy and go. What do I need for the connection? I am horrible at um, technological stuff, but I will say, and Tracy. My friend who apparently set up Tim's podcast out here, he's the sound guy at the comedy store. He said he'd come over and help me. So, um, I'm trying to make this stream a little better optically looking for you and sounding. Right now, it's just off the iMac mic and camera. And although this mic is only 2 year, or this iMac is only 2 years old, I looked at the iMac the other night in Best Buy, and it's like, wow, they've already improved it a hundredfold. I mean, the new camera in the iMac is like, wow. Earl, look up the Sting, Flair, Anderson versus Muda, Sawyer, Dragon Master, and six-man tag match. When you get a second, the crowd is nuclear hot, and it's a fun match. I will. Do you know what it's from? I tell you, my favorite audience reaction in terms of in that era specifically, but maybe all time is the who was it? When J.J. Dillon and I think Olean. No, it might have been J.J. Dillon and Arn Anderson against Dusty Rhodes and a mystery partner because literally like 2 nights before, Magnum TA had gotten into that car accident, and this is Dusty Rhodes, thinking, they had Nikita Koloff coming in behind him. So Dusty goes into the ring and he's mean mugging, uh, J.J. Dillon and, um, one of the Andersons. It was either Ole or, no, it was either, Tully Blanchard or Arn Anderson, I forget who. And they have, uh, Nikita Koloff following Dusty Rhodes. So you just assume, because I don't think the severity of Magnum TA's accident was known at the time, you just assume Nikita Koloff's gonna turn on Dusty. So Dusty's in the ring, Nikita steps into the ring, and he pauses, and he looks at Dusty, he looks at JJ Dillon, it's wait and the crowd's popping hard, and then he starts teaming up with Dusty, beating the shit out of JJ Dillon, and the crowd went bonkers. Because this is at the height of the Cold War, so Russians were hated, so it's really the first time Russians and Americans got along. And it's just, so, Magnum TA's accident really changed, the wrestling world because if that doesn't happen, Nikita Koloff probably doesn't turn face, which was unheard of at the time. But then I think, in real life, Nikita Koloff's wife got very, very sick, and she ended up passing. So he basically quit wrestling to take care of his wife, which I've always respected. Um, Please do, simulate. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Earl Skakel. And yes, beloved chatter. No, I don't know too many Tullys. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, the problem with the ring light is like as you can see right now. Um, And this is the light from the computer. Look at how distracting my glasses are. But I'm working on, um, at least somewhat making this a better presentation for you guys, for the fans. So I will. No, I'm open. I bought a miniature ring light, but I went cheap and I just bought some shitty one at Best Buy. And I don't know, it was a cell phone holder so I could make TikTok videos, and so it came with like a minute. Oh no, listen, I'm not arguing um, with Tracy. I know everything she's telling me. Tech talk is 100% factual. So I'm trying to and like I said, I mean I might uh, Maria, as Tracy knows, she filmed my set at the Comedy Store with her new 4K camera, and fuck, man, it looks good. I mean, it looks so good. The Comedy Store had me take my set down because they're like, "Yeah, it looks too much like a special," and we had nothing to do with it. Um, so I might eventually use like a 4K camera and whatnot. But right now, I think in the streaming world right now, it's more about content than looking as pro as you can. I mean, I eventually I'd like a setup like Tim's or Delia's. I mean, listen, you know, Delia's podcast setup was something that I look at and go, I could do that. It's a desk. He's got his little laptop right there, and then I think it's a one camera setup. So um, hopefully I can manage that at some point. Hello. Uh, I was supposed to go over to his house and check out his podcast setup, but then when the heat came on, I'm like, "Ooh." So, all right, you kids, it is time for me to walk Lois a cock ring light. Hello. Um, I love you, Tracy. Everyone follow Tracy Carnazzo. And shout out to Brian Landon for naming his kid Adrian Booger. I don't even know what that means. Earl, you're the best. I'm trying to be. It's as Tracy will tell you, it's not an easy business to be a nice person in, but I'm doing my best. Tomorrow night we'll go live at 7 p.m. my time. As soon as AEW Dynamite ends, we talk a little wrestling, and then we break off and do movie chat, hockey chat, music chat, tech chat. I mean, last night, I'll leave you guys with this. This is what I love about my stream. Yes, do I wish there were more people in it? 100%. But William Zoom, Wheezy Jefferson, and I think Jay Santos were all giving me advice on my car problems. Um, so I very much appreciate, um, the that's what I like the internet for. There are decent people out there. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. You guys know. William Zoom at AAA just came here. I guess batteries are supposed to be at 12.1. My battery was at like 11.7 in terms of, I guess, the power output. So he charged it, and I left the car running for an hour, and it's now back in business. I tried everything you said, and it wasn't working. It's crazy that a car battery would go dead after just 2.5 years, but the no condom. Oh, no comment. But the AAA guy was a great guy. He was like, "You may have only had the car for 2.5 years, but this battery probably was sitting vacant in the Dodge manufacturing plant for as long as another 2 years. So it's really a 4-year-old battery." So um, I believe I only have one battery. Now, my Dodge Hellcat, the crazy thing was the battery was in the trunk. I always found that weird. But thank you very much, William, Wheezy Jefferson, who I don't believe is here, and Jay Santos for your help. Um, okay, I didn't know that, William. But well, I mean, I guess what the AAA guy makes sense. I mean, that battery was probably made in 2016. No, no, I got the car in 2021, so that battery was probably made. I mean, William could probably answer this, but I don't know, let's say 2019. So I guess technically it's almost 5 years old. So I get it. I just naively thought batteries are just made when the car is made, and they just put everything new in there. Oh yeah, I mean that's never a problem. Me not driving it, I drive it probably every day somewhere, but I will be more aware, I guess, of when it hasn't been driven in a few days to start it for a few minutes or whatever. Um, so that's all, guys. Don't forget that my episode of Fame Kills is on the ID channel, January 29th. Thank you, William Zoom, for getting me the name of the channel, the network name. And then January 30th, I'm not sure if it's still going on, but I'm supposed to be judging the Stevie Lou Chad roast. So, I can do that because then I'm just on there for about a half hour. I think the guy quoted me today, AAA, the battery was like 240, but he said that they do have a cheaper one that's like 180 that, because I said I'm giving the car back in a month. He's like, well, the 180 one's fine, but the top one is like 240. Uh, but you better have double D tits, Stagwar, if you want to stay with me. See you, random guy, Colt C, Michael, Trevor, thank you, Chris Mack. I'll see you tomorrow night. AEW Dynamite reveal, and then we delve off into whatever talk. My new rule, though, is any Dabbleverse talk, it's $5 and up. You want to bring that negativity into the chat room, you got to pay for it, baby.